like he couldn't physically contain his anger, and you know, he seemed to be the only one who really had the guts to express it, because a lot of us were holding back. And you know, if it wasn't going to be him, it was going to be somebody, because the tension in there was so tense. It was explosive, and he was just the first one that had to express it.
What was it? Was it just that point of testimony when he was just talking about the actual shooting that just got you guys?
It was the hypocrisy of it, because you can tell by his speech pattern that when he was lying, he was a lot more measured, and he tried to appear very soft to distinguish himself from Peroni. And if you're a black and brown young person in you know, LA or Oakland or wherever, you understand that, you know, the police are going to go up in the stand and lie, and they're going to most times get away with it. So I think it was just that anger coupled with the fact that we knew he was lying, and you know, that made us so upset.
Are you from Laney as well?
No, mehserle.
And would you stop?
Yeah.
Do you think the atmosphere is definitely a much more intense room?
I think because mehserle's on there and a lot of us have never heard him speak on it before, I think we're just, you know, to see him lie about it, it's like insult to injury, you know, and it's just kind of like the last straw at this point. And it's just so hard to take, because, you know, the justice system feels like it's, you know, set up at this point to really make sure that police get away with murder.
Has Tim been in there this whole time?
Yeah, he's been there for most of the trial, as all of us have. And actually, too, Tim was the third of our friends to actually get barred from the trial. And I didn't get barred, but I was here this morning, and I was seated in the back row, as well as Ali and Saida. And so after Tim gets barred from the courtroom, they take a recess, and when we go back to get in the courtroom during recess, they suddenly tell us that the court is full and we can't go back in and sit down.
Who are your other buddies that got booted?
They got booted from the courtroom for apparently an altercation, a supposed altercation that they had with police officers in the hallway yesterday.
I heard that they were told to stand back and they responded with obscenities.
Well, I mean, that's
Were you there?
No, I wasn't there, and I don't trust what they said.
Did you talk to them, or have they been incarcerated, or have you talked to them at all?
No, they're fine. They're fine.
They just can't come back.
They just can't come back. They're barred from the courtroom, and I'm the fact of the bar.
You're not officially, but you think you should.
By association?
I will. Yeah. By from association of being a black male, yeah, I'm barred.
And like you're the as well?
Yeah.
And how many of your group came down?
4 of us came down.
You're the last one standing.
I'm the last. Yeah, I'm the last one standing.
All right. What's your name?
It's Javon Cochran. JEVONCOCHRAN.
Okay, I got here kind of late. Can you explain what happened earlier in the courtroom?
Yeah, Mehserle was on the stand testifying, and suddenly he breaks down crying when he's describing the event, the shooting of Oscar Grant. And all of us are sitting there dumbfounded at the fact that, because we know it's rehearsed, we know it's orchestrated. As I was telling the other reporter, Mehserle sat through hours upon hours of testimony from other officers, from Oscar Grant's friends, from other people who were on that platform and witnessed that shooting. And he didn't move a muscle the whole time. And suddenly, when it's convenient for him to do so, on the stand, he breaks out in tears in front of the jury. And we think it's just a way, like as Alejandro was saying earlier, he wants to distance himself from Peroni. He wants to portray himself as a soft police officer, when we know that's not how police officers conduct themselves when they're out on the streets and they're harassing black and Latino people. He's doing this to get away with it. And my friend Tim, he didn't accept it. Oscar Grant's mother wouldn't accept it. She got out and left the courtroom. Tim outburst. He started cursing at Mehserle, and I think he was justified.
Wait a second, he started cursing in the courtroom?
Yeah, he cursed at Mehserle.
Yeah, at first he said he was like, you know, he basically, his statement was, you know,
save your tears.
Save your tears, because we all know that you're lying. And it wasn't like he was, you know, saying the F word or something. It was very much pointed at the fact that he was lying. We all knew it, and we weren't going to just take it lying down.
Did the judge react to that?
Yeah, he seemed to, you know, want to take control of his courtroom. But I think the most disturbing part of it was the fact that the deputies kind of seemed like they were excited now to get one of the last black men who were in the courtroom out of the courtroom. They seemed like, okay, great, this is our opportunity to do what we've been wanting to do, because they've been harassing, especially the young black people in the courtroom, like, you know, take off your hat instead of like, can you please remove your hat? It's been very, very tense in the courtroom, and the racial tension, I think, that, you know, caused Mehserle to shoot Oscar Grant in the back in cold blood murder has also motivated the deputy policeman in the courtroom.
All right. Let me get your name.
Alejandra Cruz, Alejandra Cruc.
And you know Oscar how?
I'm an organizer around this case. I go to UCLA.
Okay. All right. And you are?
Saida Hernandez.
Okay. How do you spell your first name?
Zaira.
Okay. And what's your relation? Are you with her?
I'm an organizer at UCLA.
What's your organization?
I work with different organizations.
Oh, so it's different. You guys are all
Justice for Oscar Grant.
Justice for Oscar Grant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then you're from?
I go to Laney College, a community college in Oakland.
Okay. But you didn't know Oscar Grant, did you?
No, we've just been
You're
organized.
from the Bay Area?
Yeah, I'm from Oakland.